We're here with Michael Cowen, and we'd like to know more about you and your company, your background, what got you into film, what your passion in film is. So maybe if you could start by telling us a little bit about you.
All right. Well, my company, Stealth Media Group, which I started 3 years ago, to be more in control in terms of sales, production, financing, and also in distribution. In terms of the background, I was going to be a doctor, but I always enjoyed writing, and I wanted to be a famous book author. And I always wrote fairy stories since I was young. I had some published. But I'm dyslexic, so I found it more difficult to write books and easier to write screenplays. And so I ended up going to the London International Film School in the UK in as a writer, and then I started running a bartering business while I was in, because most producers couldn't actually raise any money and would get turned down after writing a letter to, let's say, Levi's for £10,000. They'll say they used up all of their marketing budget. So one day I'd written to Wrangler, got that type of letter back, called up the managing director and said, look, can you send me £10,000 of Levi jeans, not the cash? So the MD sort of said, well, nobody's ever asked us for that. What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'll go down Camden, sell the jeans, get the cash, make the short, you get the logo, and if we win, everyone's happy. So with that, 48 hours later, I had boxes of jeans, and for 3 years I ran a bartering business. I was like the go-to guy. Came out of film school, started in the attic of my mother's restaurant, and made my first movie in '96 called The Killer Tongue, about a woman with a talking tongue. Starred Robert Englund, Pinhead from Hellraiser, and Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead. So from that point till now, I've done about 92 films, from $65 million down to $500. So 96 was my first movie. 97 I wrote one of the first interactive games. Ended up with a $10 million deal with Warner Interactive. So I was in the games business in the early days. Then I was one of the first guys to structure tax funds in the UK, where I raised over £150 million, mainly because I'd made a movie with a fund that was doing that. It was a disaster, you were always chasing them, so I read an IM and I thought, well, hold on, I can do this, it's not difficult. So put together our own structure, put together a sales team, put together a management group. So the shareholders I brought in were people like Peter James, the book author, who's become very successful. So I've always been very entrepreneurial about the things that I do, but more than anything, I'm passionate about the things that I like to do. What we've done with Stealth is divided it into labels. So we've got Stealth Sovereign for big pictures that would do 2,000 screens across the US. So we've got Mary, which is the prequel to Passion of the Christ, that goes March the 10th. We've got Gummy Bears. Then we have something called Prestige, which are for European and foreign language pictures, which might have selected theatrical releases. So for example, if you were to do Counterfeiters, it's not going to go 2,000 screens across the US. So that means that there'll be a movie for a Sonic Classic, Magnolia. Then we've got Adrenaline, which is for genre pictures, and they go from 10,000 to $20 million. I made a movie for $15,000 last year for Post 11. That's made money, and we're doing a second film. But for those type of young directors, young writers, they sign to us for 3 films so that we can build talent with us and see who's around. We're not somebody who wants to do a huge amount of things and be big in any way in terms of like massive companies. We want to be a company that's fun to be with, funky, can do things quickly and enjoy doing things that we want to do things with. Because when you make a movie, it's not like you make it in a week. It's like sort of dating and then getting married.